Hello and welcome to the final video in this deep dive series on app control, part 4, which is all about our machine learning feature. Machine learning is a really easy feature to explain, so this won't take long. So before we added the machine learning feature, customers would run the elevation report and decide from this which of the frequently elevated applications should be manually added as pre-approval rules so that they no longer required approval for elevation. This saved both the user and the approver time, but naturally required decisions, meetings to be held, change requests to be made, and then rules to be created and then managed in the long term. The idea of machine learning is really simple. You define a threshold on a slider that you see here, how many times a single application is elevated and then approved, and then once that number of approvals, the threshold of which is reached, the application is automatically learnt in the next time. So there's no need to have any sort of meetings or change requests to create those rules. Here you can see the number of approvals is set to 2. So if we were to send the third application elevation request in, it would automatically go through without approval. So let's take machine learning for a spin. Okay, so machine learning. This being video number 4, grand finale, I thought what I would do is, rather than start from a clean setup, we would go really follow on from the last video we did with AI, and so I've still got AI enabled here because I want to show you how machine learning kind of feeds in from that. In a way, if you have AI approval enabled, the requests that then don't meet those scores that go through to approval, machine learning sort of becomes a kind of drip tray for all those approvals that aren't accepted by AI for auto approval and end up hitting the approval system. So actually what I've got here is I've got a pre-approval rule for a specific version of MySQL Workbench. I've got a blocking rule for all of Oracle software. I've got my AI approval score set on 20 and 20 for both application and vendor. And now I've got my machine learning, and I'm going to turn this on like so. And I'm going to set this on 2 requests. So actually it's going to take 3 requests for machine learning to sort of kick in. So I'm going to hit save like so, and I'm going to bring up the where's it gone, the elevation report, which is elevated applications, and we can see here, so remember I've got the AI on and it's set to 20, so we know, but I've also got the app on as well, so we know that Rufus works, that goes through, VLC does not, so that will be forced to go through the approval process, and therefore is what I'm going to use for this test right now. And actually with machine learning there's another report which is very useful, which is the machine learning report found in settings reports, machine learning report, and if I go here you'll see that there's nothing currently showing in this system which is being learnt in already because I've cleaned it out ready for this little demo. So how about we get cracking, and I'm going to elevate, that would be VLC 3014. So let's go ahead, and it should prompt me for approval, which it does. So I need to watch some training videos like so, and I'm going to hit OK. So this is the traditional approval request. So in requests you should see that we have an approval request. I can see who it's from, I can see the confirmation of those application and vendor scores. That's why it didn't meet the AI approval, and it's clean. Again, if it wasn't clean, it wouldn't have got through because the malware blocking would take priority over that. So hence that we're here in the approval, and then we have the reason. So I'm going to go ahead and hit approve, like so. And you can see almost straight away I'm now able to elevate a VLC the first time. Okay, let us refer now back to the report, which is the machine learning states report, and if I hit refresh we should see one instance of VLC 3014 has been recorded. However, I've set my threshold, where's it gone here, to 2, so I still need another approval to be accepted. So again it needs to be let me just double check to see which application it was. It was 14, so it's this one. So again, it's going to prompt me for approval the second time round. So I need to watch more videos. Okay, and then like so, send that through, and again I'm going to have to go through the approval process. There it goes again. This is approval number 2. If I wasn't sure what VLC was, I could actually use our handy AI tool here. This just tells you a descriptor about what that application is, and I'm very happy with this, so I'm going to approve VLC a second time, and then I get to launch it straight away. And then this is the second time we've gone through that approval process. Back over here you will see if I hit refresh, the count will now increase to 2, and that is our threshold. If I can find it, here it is, 2. So this means that now the third time I try and elevate VLC 3014, I will not get sent through approval. It's been learnt in. So let's go ahead, and there you have it. So the learning has taken place. The third time is indeed lucky, and I can go ahead and elevate this application without the need for approval, and importantly without the need of anyone to put in any approval rules, because this all happened automatically. So let's hit cancel, and let's go into the audit log and see what that machine learned in. So you can see here, first time, second time, and the third time. If I break that open, it will show that it's been machine learning auto approved. So if we go back into the report, which I can hopefully find, here it is, and hit refresh, you will see that now it doesn't need to count anymore, because it's done its learnt in. So you can see now, you may notice a button here called forget. So if I no longer want to allow this to go through, then I can, and then to reset that count for machine learning, I can actually hit forget, like so, and then back on the endpoint, if I try to elevate that application, it's going to force me to go back through that approval process. One other very useful feature of this particular report, and actually is really handy if you've implemented admin by request, and maybe when you started off in your deployment, you decided to rather than revoke admin rights, if you're deploying admin by request in an environment where users have admin rights, and you decided that you were not going to revoke the rights straight away, what that would mean is that users are going to carry on using their computers with the admin rights, but you're recording all of those elevations that they're doing. And with that recording, you're essentially building up a kind of database of elevations in the audit log, and we can use those audited logs to precede the machine learning report, so that when you get to the point where you want to revoke the rights and take the rights away from users, you're not starting from a threshold of say you have a threshold of say five elevations before you get pre-approved approved. Users would have to elevate something 5 times in order for the 6th time to go through. Now if you wanted to kind of precede the machine learning report, then you wouldn't have to go through those 5 approval acceptances in order to get auto approved after that. So if we go to settings, report, and machine learning, I forgot the VLC, so it's not showing anymore. So I could then say I can base this on the number of elevations. I can even base it on the scores for the AI. So for example, if I was to say I want a vendor score of 20 at least and hit import, then this is going to populate my machine learning for all those apps that are 20 and above. Okay, so actually vendors that I've got 20 and above, because I did vendors, didn't I? So you can see here that all these are going to be machine learned in now. Now actually I think they're already going to be possible to elevate because they'll be AI auto approved, but so I probably would be better off basing this on the number of elevations perhaps. If I go import like 10 elevations, you'll see that Notepad++ turns up. Obviously I haven't elevated a VLC that many times, so maybe I'll just do, I know I've definitely elevated it 3 times, so, and I'll reset that there, and then maybe it will show up now. Yeah, there it goes. So you can see you can pre-populate the machine learning report so that I had forgotten the VLC beforehand, but if I now try to elevate VLC, I don't need to go through that multiple learning process. I can just use this machine learning report and pre-import those elevations in, and then I can always, as I did before, I can always forget a few of these I don't want to include, or block them, because again, blocking takes priority for these as well. So I talked about a grand finale, which is really just showing you how all of this stuff fits together. So let me have a quick recap on how everything is configured here. Let us go to our subsetting. So straight away, let's start from the AI approval. We have got 2020 added in. So if I find my report on elevated applications, we know that includes pretty much everything apart from the VLC, but we've learnt that one in. We also did a block on Oracle, but so that should block most Oracle software, include this Java, but that's caught in the blocking rule, so that would be caught here. We machine learnt in the VLC, and then what we did also is I pre-approved MySQL Workbench, so that means that although the AI allows Oracle through, but the blocking rule blocks Oracle, the single pre-approval rule for Workbench 8024, which is this one, this will be allowed through. Okay, but this one will not be allowed through because that would hit the block on the certificate. So that just gives you hopefully a really good view of how all of these app control features you can configure them to kind of work together to create a really efficient kind of auto approval system, which ultimately means that the number of approval requests that go through will be less, and therefore everything will work a lot more efficiently with minimal rule sets. And so that is the end of the final video in the series for app control deep dive. We've covered pre-approvals, we've covered blocking, we've covered AI approvals, and finally now we've covered machine learning. I hope you found the series of videos useful and look forward to bringing you some more videos in the near future. But for now, have a great day, goodbye and toodaloo.